A warm welcome back to Let's Play Rule the Waves 3 as Germany, starting in 1935, which I think is probably when my building work started as well. After 8 long and tedious weeks, I'm back. I did think I would go back and fully immerse myself in where I was and where we are now, but you know, let's just dive in and have some fun. Certainly need some fun after all the buildering nonsense. Here we are. December 1947. 12 long months into this really difficult war against Britain and then latterly France. And everybody is suffering. The British are running out of food. The French are running out of food. We, as Germany, we're running out of food too. Our unrest level is currently at 6. So yeah, this 6 unrest is a little bit of a minor miracle, really through the medium of having victories and cheering up the German population. So that's gone as well as could be, otherwise we could be looking at 8, maybe even 9. The relationships, let's just have a quick look, is that we are at war with Britain and France, and we're up to 8 with the Soviet Union, which I'm pretty hopeful won't get any more serious. I think seeing how everybody else is suffering, the Soviet Union won't be too keen to join in all of a sudden. The French are at war with the Italians and with the Japanese, as well as us. The British are at war with the Japanese, but not the Italians. Still, I kind of expect Italy to throw its lot in with me and chip in and declare war with Britain as well. Otherwise, everything is pretty peaceful, so that's really, really good. We go to the almanac and see what our balance of powers is looking like. Germany has no battleships and 4 battlecruisers and 5 fleet carriers, really good ones. No light carriers, 4 heavy cruisers, 7 lights, 103 submarines. And I'll dive into the submarine warfare in a minute just to refresh your memories, but I think that's going really, really well. It's certainly the most successful submarine campaign that I've ever run, so thank you to everybody who's chipped in with really good ideas about how to run that. And 700 naval aircraft. Britain chip in with 1 battleship and 4 battlecruisers, so just 1 more. That's pretty good. We've sunk quite a few. We've been chipping away at what had previously been a lead. The French have no battleships and only 2 battlecruisers, and again, we've been chipping away at that. Italy can contribute 2 battlecruisers themselves, and Japan also have 2. I would imagine that the British and French aren't putting a lot of effort into Southeast Asia or into Japan particularly. They have been concentrating. In fact, they've been sharing it. You know, 1 month it's been the British and then another month it's been the French who've been trying to have a go. Carriers, the British have 6, the French have 2. They've also got 4 between them building. I haven't got any building. And the reason I haven't got any building is that I've been running a negative balance now for, well, the whole 12 months, basically. I have nothing to spare in terms of construction. I have a few bits and bobs, which we'll look at in a moment, building. In light carriers, they have an impressive 14. Italy, with 8 carriers and 8 light carriers, is not to be sniffed at as a naval power. Also 6 heavy and 12 light cruisers, and another 21 submarines. And the Japanese have another 21 as well. So I would say it's pretty even. They're ahead in some areas. As an alliance system, we are ahead in some others. And they've been taking losses in a way that we have not. We have a look at construction. Lutzow is being rebuilt. That's another 5 months. And a couple of these Z-75 1947 rebuilds. That's rebuilt with surface-to-surface missiles. So I will be excited to get those in a few months' time. Currently, if I look at ships in service, I don't think in my destroyers that, let me just sort them properly. Yeah, nobody has them yet. I may well carry on taking out some of these most recent destroyers and refitting them on a regular basis. So as you can see, 7 months, 5 months. So I probably need to do another. In fact, let's just do that right now. So let's take one off Destroyer Division 10 and rebuild it according to this, and off we go. Doesn't add too much to the cost, but you know, it all costs a bit more. That's 8 months. Okay, so probably not need to do. I was obviously doing it once every 2 months, getting ahead of myself. Submarines doing pretty well. I'm just about to receive the first of the full submarines. So for a long time I was building coastals and they've absorbed most of the losses, but I felt that the full submarines was really a better buy, and they take slightly longer. So there's been a little bit of a gap, but in 2 months' time that will be over and 4 submarines will roll off, and that will be great. So other than really the concern over the funds, obviously that's, you know, like 4 more months before I run out, and concern over the unrest, all we need is another good cracking victory and we'll be fine. Aside from that, it all looks good. So let's press the big button and get ourselves a cruiser battle in the Dogger Bank. See what that's going to come up with. Just bring that here. So expected enemy forces, 1 battlecruiser and some light cruisers for us. Okay. Let's accept. What is the victory point total? So we have 117 and they've got 45. So that's pretty healthy. I'm going to accept and assume the battlecruiser isn't going to come along. Bit of offensive mine laying, as you'd expect. And we will specifically attack the ships. And here we are. So, a smaller force than promised. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 destroyers. Oh, I wonder where the other destroyers are. I'm only seeing 3. Oh, they seem to be superimposed on top of each other. And the Scharnhorst. For your memory, the Scharnhorst is a 19-inch or 16 4-inch dual purposes, plenty of AA, some torpedo tubes, and some searchy planes. If we go to the division, then definitely the first thing we want to do is ask for some cap. Thank you very much. Our objective is just to do more damage than they do. Sea state limits operations. So limited to 22 knots. Okay, so that's going to keep things pretty sensible. We're not far from our base, so hopefully we can run away if things get a bit sticky. 4 hours and 20 minutes to dusk, so 260 minutes out of a 600-minute game. Do some air search. Not entirely sure that air search is necessary. I'll just fiddle with this for a moment. Okay, so I've just done a small search from the Scharnhorst so that we don't overwork its seaplanes. And then obviously we've got a pile of German air bases here and in southern Norway, so they will crisscross the North Sea. Fine. And I think that's all. I mean, otherwise it's clear weather aside from the sea state. Sighting range is 26,000 yards. Strong breeze. Typical North Sea day in December. So let's just push this on a minute at a time for the moment, because I suspect somebody is nearby. Okay, let's push it on 5 minutes. Ah, and there we go. One contact. Let's zoom in, and we've got these destroyers. They're on screen. I'm going to make them support. I'm going to turn them into line ahead, but I'll keep them on AI just for now. Crank up the Scharnhorst to 25 knots and head towards this persons, lots of persons. So I'm thinking this is probably a cruiser or Z and some destroyers. We are already at 21,000. Now we have 9-inch guns. Our data is, so we can go to 18,000 yards. So we just need to close slightly, but we don't have to close too much before we start to tell. So that's just outside 19,000. And now they are in our range. So I'm just going to turn slightly. I'm going to look at these guys because they seem to be, I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something weird. So let's maybe turn them towards the enemy. And I'm going to put these out of screen into support and the line ahead as well. So it's saying a CA. We'll probably take that one this direction too. So this is quite a substantial force. So we now have 2 CAs reportedly and a light cruiser. 6 8-inch guns, not hugely impressive, and a 4-inch belt. We are a 6-inch belt, so I feel safer about that. And if I go back to my gun data, we can be hitting 4 inches within 16,000 yards. So let's just go to that and to here. So that's just a little bit outside. Okay, a Persian class, which is mainly anti-air. So they're going the opposite direction from me at the moment. We're currently just this single. So yeah, I could go this direction, but I'm not minded to because I'm sort of heading towards base. And for the moment, that feels good enough. So now we are tracking on the Andromeda and we're at 14,000 yards. Let's just straighten up, make sure all of our lovely guns are pointing in the right way. Just going to bring these guys to the rear. And then behind, I want to put it back onto AI so I don't have to focus on too many things, but if it starts drifting off in a weird way, then I will bring it back. Okay, so we're slugging it out with the Andromeda. Scharnhorst is launching torpedoes. Well, I mean, it's a bit keen. I don't think I would have been quite that optimistic at this point. And the Andromeda fires 6 guns and scores 2 hits, including a superstructure penetrating hit. Ow! That's very much not fair. I don't think it should have done terribly much. No. Let's see what our hit chance is. 6.37. That's a good hit chance. Good crew quality, fire control, tech level, radar assist, loose formation, under fire, a bit for the sea state, but still. Over 5% hit chance is good, so let's see if we can return the favour. So we've straddled. That will increase the rate of fire. Where these guys go zooming off together. Honestly, what are you doing? Stop turning together. more torpedoes being launched. So there we go. We have hit them twice with our 9-inch guns. Hurrah! Now, none of the rest of this seems to be bothering too much. Persian scored a hit on us. So I'm going to take control of this. I'm just going to see if I can drive off some of these others so that the Scharnhorst can isolate the Andromeda, because ship for ship, I much prefer Scharnhorst. And there goes another couple of hits from Scharnhorst's 9 inches. We are at 10,000 yards. No need for us to be too close. And another hit. These guys love turning together. Absolutely love it. I can't get enough of turning together. And 8 9-inch guns, 5 hits. Wow. I don't think I've seen at this kind of range, and we are 10,000 yards. Yeah, 10,000 yards. I mean, at 2,000 yards, sure. That is an absolute thumper, and I don't think Andromeda will be very happy. It says light damage at the moment. Let's just see if it still says this. Still says light damage. Scharnhorst hit from Persian class, but they're still only 5-inch guns. And another hit on the Andromeda. So this is all going pretty well. So are these guys okay? Are they taking too much flak? So they've had one little bit of a hit. I might just circle them around and keep going. Two more hits on Andromeda. Let me AI these guys. So far so good. I'm liking this. A hull hit. 1, 2 more 9-inch hits and a 4-inch hit. Returning 1 hit on the Scharnhorst. These torpedoes, for me, they've been fired at way too long range and without sort of real thought. And I believe I'm on captain's mode. I am, which might be unnecessary. And oh, the Andromeda is sinking. Oh, that was easy. Yeah. So if the Andromeda is sinking, it's probably time to shift our attention to the Persian. And see if we can teach them a lesson as well. It's gone back to heavy damage now. Right. Heavy damage, but on fire. Don't know if we need a little bit more. 5-inch hit. 4-inch hit. Probably need to just go back. Reports of its sinking were exaggerated. Persian gets 4 hits with light guns. I mean, we're not thrilled about that, but hopefully that's just a little bit. 6% damage. I think we can live with that. And 2 more hits. Everybody has good line of sight. I'm just going to adjust this. Oh, where are you going? It's like it's 1900 sometimes. And stop turning together. Right, another little hit from the Persian. We've got to come down a little bit. Right, there's a lot going on here. All right, so there's a Commerce class light cruiser as well. Commerce is a 6-incher. Okay, but that's a bit more interesting than the Persian. You come and intercept us. You, we'll leave you as is. Okay, so we've hit a commerce. Yeah, they won't like that. So again, some very, very optimistic torpedoing here. Not as if this flotilla attack is on. How are we doing? Might go hold torpedo fire. They're just a little bit too keen. So, straddling. The older Andromeda is really going quite fast, even though it's heavy damage and on fire. So I might just go to -2 because I've been dawdling around at 25 knots. Now we've shifted to Andromeda and we've scored another hit. And we're at 14,000. Close that down. Just starting to get a bit closer. Less than 50% of the ammo. That's fine. Oh, it's a Z90. A little bit of a thing. Yes, let's detach you then, shall we? Let's send you to Heligoland. Right. I feel I was a bit blindsided by the reports of Andromeda sinking. Anyhow, we're hitting it again. Now it's sinking, maybe? Really? Once I see it stop, it seems to be slowing down. You can sit there. It's still chundering along. Nothing wrong with its engines. We are at 12,000 yards. So this is a classic of the heavy ship literally doing all the heavy lifting. There. And it capsizes. Wallop. So, with another straddle of 3 out of 5 fired. Oops. So, do we carry on? Let's just see how much ammo we've got. 6% damage, 28% ammo. And the time is nearly 3 hours, so that was pretty quick. You know, I've been saying all these speeds, but of course I've completely forgotten that everything is limited to 22 knots. Just 22. So if we could take out the commerce, So let's just try a spot of targeting. Oh, weird, it's not seeing that at the moment. Well, let's see if it discovers it. We're having a go at the Persian, which is fine. I would prefer it to have a go at Thomas. It's a better ship, but no, doesn't seem to be seeing it at all. So we can go at 12 knots, apparently. Let's just lift it up slightly, but no need to take any undue risks. All right, so it's the Persian and the Comus in the same division, so that's okay. Let's just put the lock on. Oh, right, well, that seems to be enough. Farewell, Persian. Let's see if we can swing around. Where is the compass? So it's there. And it says medium damage. So, I mean, am I being greedy? Probably. 25% ammo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very healthy. I'm going to straighten up and go around the other way. Sharp turn here. I think I'm too close. Ooh, I'm much too close. Let's put some distance around these guys. More like it. Actually, even so, that's still much too close. 6,000 yards. We don't need to do that. Another hit. Heavy damage on fire. 5 knots. Okay. I'm going to go around there and then swing up and around. So I'm not entirely sure why we've been so dead-eyed accurate. Ooh. But yeah, 20%, but I still think it's worth finishing off. Mind you, we are still only 8,000 yards, so no need to go too close. Already we're too close. Another commas hit. And little one. Ooh, missiles incoming. Missiles, right. So, ouch. That could be very nasty. That's cheating, isn't it? You do the whole missile thing. Well, didn't see anything happen. Obviously, we've asked for cap, whether we've received cap. Thomas is dinking around all over the place. Just turning north again. And then it goes the other way. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Take the lock off. Sometimes I suppose it's the whole not moving very much. We're doing for ammo down to 13. Forward superimposed is nothing. Aft is quite a bit. And forward is slightly left. So let's just go cruise. Let the aft boys do their bits. 4 inch. Another 4-inch with the straddle from the 9. Sinking, allegedly. Now we're at 15,000. Let's straighten up a bit. So long as the rear turrets are firing. Seeing much success from the rear turret. I'll be having a little bit of a discussion with the turret commander. Are we up to 16,000? So let's go back in. Close that range a bit. I know it says it's sinking, but you see, now it doesn't say it's sinking. Now it's just heavy damage. Yeah. Crank it back up to the full majesty of 22 knots. 9-inch gun hit. Well done. Another hit. That's definitely stopped. Bang, bang. Torpedo. Right, well, I think I'm nearly out of ammunition. 5%. To home. Let's just... Enemy is hit by a missile. Oh, thank you very much. If I had any doubt that it was sinking, it's certainly sinking now. So everyone, just come home. We're all good now. You can go to screen. Go to cruise. You can go back to maybe 4 knots. See if you prefer that. And yeah, hopefully the destroyer is rescued. But if not, 3 cruisers for the loss of 1 destroyer is a fair exchange. Oh, and here comes Dusk. Beautiful Dusk. So go and hide us. As I say, I really don't know why my shooting was so excellent. Obviously, Scharnhorst was a superior ship to the Andromeda, 9 6-inch against 6 8-inch, but nonetheless, that was pretty good. Let's just run this out, and hopefully that should be everything. I wonder if the missile at the end made any difference. One of the troubles with having aeroplanes is they do make the battles longer. This message takes a while to pop up. So here we go. Let's go to zoomed. And yes. So our Z destroyer managed to make it home with heavy damage. Well done, chaps. A heavy cruiser, 2 light cruisers. Ka-ching. They got 2,791. We got just shy of 70,000. So that's a very sweet victory. Let's look at the ships. Just bring that down into here. So, Andromeda, what happened to you? Lots of flooding. 46 hits from our 9 inches. Let's just scroll through. So yeah, just lots of battering. I'm not seeing any sort of remarkable hits. Well, critical hit destroyed the bridge here. Main battery, superstructure, secondary battery, critical hit, fire control. Right, so I guess that answers why we were pulverizing it and it wasn't pulverizing us back. Some engine room stuff, plenty of hull hits. And yeah, so just literally the way to fire, really, but critical hits on the bridge and the fire control stopped it being able to respond. Crew quality only 0, our crew quality is 2, so I imagine that did a fair bit. And only 4.5-inch armour, a little bit light when you're up against decent guns like my 9 inches. And the Palace Persian class, again, wow. So this was only 3 medium hits, and it went with a magazine, I believe. So it scored a few hits, a near miss, a hull, near miss, a turret, and then kaboom, turret B explodes and blows up the ship. So that was nice and neat. And then Thomas, I'm quite pleased with this because this is, 9 6-inch guns, pretty handy. And again, a lot of flooding, 14 hits and a missile and 20 lights. So let's just see if there's anything interesting here. Standard stuff. Torpedo tubes explode, fire started from a 9-inch gun. That won't be too nice. Engine room, secondary, fire spreading. Radar repaired, radar disabled. Fire control getting on top of it, some machinery repaired. So, I mean, they were working on it. Radar repaired, radar disabled. Near miss. And again, their fire control. See, this is a crew quality 1. So making a bit more of a fight of it. And boom. So just again from the weight of shells. And then these hits were all irrelevant, and a medium missile hit on turret B was already superfluous as well. Okay, well, that seems pretty good. Out of that, 2 prestige points. Well, I'm very happy with that. And unrest goes down to 5. That is welcome back. After 2 months away, that's a great welcome back. I'm delighted with that. So yes, let us call that the Battle of Dogger Bank. Absolutely. We've got some ships finished working up, and research is coming along. Ooh, no. So we've lost a sub to a carrier. Tricky. If that'd been the other way around. And 2. And 3, another carrier. We've damaged a battleship. Well done, U-20. That's a pretty old U-boat as well. And then another loss to aeroplanes. Ooh, USA has sent a strongly worded protest. Now, USA is around about, looks like 4 there. Let's see if that jumps up. Japan dinking around. French and Italian navies have a little bit of a hoo-ha. They've lost 2 cruisers and a merchant cruiser. Oh dear. And another little bit of a fight, and another one, and another. Oh, loads going on. So, They sunk one merchant with 11 submarines, but of course they're maintaining a blockade as usual. We sank 24. We lost 5, which is high. So we've gone down under 100 for the first time, and we'll probably will do again. We lost another one, failing to return from patrol. So that is just looking at my little tally. We've sunk 308 merchant ships across the year. We've lost 55, which is a rate of 5.6 transports sunk per U-boat lost, which seems to be pretty good. As I say, we'll go down a little bit, but then we'll pick up again with the new submarines as they come online. Let's just close that. Disruptions causing hardship and food shortages in Britain. Okay. Stuff here. Lots of this new automatic officer promotion that I talked about in my Beta 46 update. But all fine. And boom, there we go. That was a pretty welcome and enjoyable re-entry into the game. So join me for the next episode, and thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.